Welcome to this video, and in this video we are going to write a C++ code to read the number of vowels in a text file. So this is how the file looks like, and you have to write a program that opens the file for input and then read the entire content of the file and display on the screen, and at the same time count the number of different vowels occurring in the story. And then at the end you have to produce the following summary. So you will say number of I and display whatever number of I is there in the file, and then the same for the other vowels. So I'll open up my Visual Studio 2019. I'll click on create a new project, click on empty project for C++, and then click next. Give a name. So this is exercise 5, so I'll call this exercise 5, and then you can choose a location to save. I'll leave it in my lab1 folder. Click on create. Then on the right hand side on the source files, you will right click, go to add and click on new item, select C++ file, and at the bottom you can give a name to your file. I'll call this main.cpp, and then click on add. I'll write the template for my code. Okay, so now that the template is ready, I'll open the file where I have the text. So you will find the text file on Moodle under week 2 shell, under the lab exercise section called cinderella.txt. You will open this file, and the file looks something like this. Copy the contents of the file, and you will save this file in the same location where you have your main.cpp. So in my case, my main.cpp is in my lab1 folder, in the exercise 5 folder, then again exercise 5, and here is my main.cpp. So I'll create a new text file over here, and I'll call this cinderella.txt. Open the file, paste the content and save, and you can close the file or leave it open. Now to read the file, we will need a additional header file, that is the f stream for file stream. And then just as you declare a integer variable to, let's say, store a integer, in the similar way you will create a file variable of type if stream, and we will call this infile to store the file object. And then to open the file, I will say infile dot open, and then in here I'll pass the name of the file, which is cinderella.txt. and then it is a good idea to check if the file is open before doing anything with the file. So I will say if infile dot is open, then let us just print a message saying, let's say, all good. Else if for some reason we are not able to open the file, then I will print a message saying could not open file. Now I'll run this code to make sure that I'm able to open the file. So it says could not open file, and that is because the name of the file is incorrect in my code. So that will be Cinderella, right? Run again, and it says all good. Now I can read the content of the file. So since I need to count the characters, then I have to read the file character by character. So I will declare a variable of type char. Let's call this letter, and then let us just read one letter. So I will say infile letter, and then I will see out whatever the value of letter is. Run the code, and I get letter O because we have O as the first character in my file. So to read the entire file, we need to go in a loop until we have reached the end of the file. So I'll put this part in a while loop. I will say while infile gets a letter from the file, I will read, and then I will print. So we get the entire content of the file, but you will notice something. In here we have all the characters from the file, but we don't get these spaces in the new line from the file. So to read the file as it is, we will use a different method, and we can say while in file dot get, right, we will use the get method, and in here I will pass the letter variable. And now when I run the code, we get the file as it is. So now instead of displaying, we can count the vowels. So I will declare sum of variables over here. I will say int I equals 0 to count the number of I. Then same thing for E. So I, E, I, O, U, and they all are initially 0. And then in the while loop, I can say if the letter is equal to I, then I will count the variable for I. And then I'll repeat the same thing for the other letters. Else if letter is E, then you increment the variable for E. Then for I, O, and then U. And then at the end, we can just print the value. So we can say number of A's equals I, and then repeat the same thing for the other vowels. Okay, so let's run the code. Okay, so we get the count of I, E, I, O, and U as these values. Now, one thing you might have noticed that we have missed is counting the capital letters. So for now, we are only counting the small letters. That means in the file, we have these capital letters as well, and they are missed. So to cater for the capital letters as well, in my code, I can write letter is equal to small o, or letter is equal to capital O. Right, so this method is okay, it will work fine, but this will make the code a little bit messy. So instead of writing two conditions, what I'll do is after reading the letter, I will convert the letter to lowercase. So there's a method called toLower, and to this I will pass the letter that we have read from the file. So when the capital letter comes here, it will be converted to a small letter, and if it is a small letter, then it will remain small. Now when I run this, so now we get the count again. So for now, let's remove this line and see what we get. So we have the count of O as 67, and when I include this line, we should get 68 because we are also counting the capital O. So now we get 68. The last part of the code says you have to display the last line that says the most commonly used vowel for this experiment is, and then print whatever the vowel is. That means from this result that we get, we have to look for the largest value, which is 128, and whichever letter corresponds to that, we need to print that. So how can we do that? So over here we can put a bunch of if and else to compare the values of each letter, and then whichever comes to be the highest, we can print that letter. So I will leave this part for you to try. So at the end, your message should display something like this. The most commonly used vowel for this experiment is E, because in our case, the highest count is for E. Okay, so that was all for this video. Thank you for watching.